Hello. How's everyone doing? Today we're doing a little stream, just a little reaction to Game Week 24, the double Game Week 24, with only a couple of games left, and then a little bit of planning to what is going to be a hectic few game weeks of fixtures, Game Week 25 and 26, and onwards pretty much. We've got a debut to the stream, Mr. Samuel Smith. How you doing, fella? Good to have you.
Hello. Yeah,
Good to
not
have
bad,
you.
not bad.
A man who seemingly come
Nice
onto the
beer.
stream. Nice beer, yeah. Good. Seemingly to come on the
Been a long
stream.
time waiting.
After he's had an unreal game week. Let's get straight on into this one, Sam, then.
Yeah,
How's
so
this one feeling?
it feels good. It feels good. I mean, I thought it was a bit of a punt triple captaining Gundogan, to be honest.
Yeah.
But, you know, obviously paid off big time. 57 points at the moment.
Yeah, it's sort of one of them for you where he looks like he's going to be out for this game week, but 19 points, captained or triple captained, any other game week, if you'd have asked over the 2 game weeks, Gundogan 19 points, you'd have taken it. So
Yeah,
I think,
I'm happy with it, to be honest. I mean, do you think there's any chance he plays or?
I mean, there's a chance, but I think the likelihood is no, especially with the fixtures they've got coming up, the injury. Pep sort of come out and said that, at the minute it's a wait and see sort of thing. He might be available, but I think it's likely that he won't play. I'm in the sort of camp of not owning him, so not that I wish him injury, but I hope he gets rested. Is what I'd
The
say.
thing is, though, L's got Sterling triple
Got Sterling
captain,
triple captain,
so
yeah. So
it's obviously a bit concerned if Gundogan doesn't play.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I think that game would just be another 1-2 nil. Hopefully, it's sort of like Phil Foden popping up and getting all the goals, and yeah. I mean, to be fair, even if Sterling plays and gets a clean sheet, which is likely for Man City, because apparently Calvert-Lewin is meant to be out for this next game as well, the Man City game. It looks like he'll get the clean sheet points. So 9 points if they keep a clean sheet, pretty much. So that's quite something. So yeah, that's your team. Ben Mee injured as well. That's unfortunate for you.
Yeah, bit unlucky, I guess. It was thing is, it was a bit of a punt with the defenders, wasn't it? So
yeah, it's a
you
weird
got
one. Obviously, in hindsight, now I can be like, oh, Loughton was the one to go for.
yeah,
But
it was kind of. I think there's nothing between them, really, is it?
no, I think me and Tarkowski in
I
terms
think
of
it was
the attacking potential. I think if I had the money, I would have gone for me. I just got lucky that Loughton scored his first goal. Was it ever?
8 years ago.
Yeah, it was something
8 years, I think.
silly, and
Yeah.
it was against Palace as well. Of course, it was. We were absolutely bloody woeful. Gosh, it's just lucky that teams like West Brom and Sheffield right now. I mean, West Brom actually, Diagne absolutely smashing it, my man, and Madja for Fulham, he's smashing it as well. But I think they've got a lot to do to come back, those sides. So I should come onto my team. Not so, it's decent. I'm not going to act as though I've had an awful game week, because 72 points, I don't think you can really consider. FPL Penguin in the chat, how you doing, fella? Any plans for the coming game week? I'm currently looking at Wildcard myself. KDB is back in full training apparently, so KDB possibly then could be coming in, for Gundogan for this game week.
Oh wow, yeah.
And could be one to look out for the future game weeks, because we know that KDB is undroppable. Although, if Man City get if they develop quite a bit of a gap going forward, then I think KDB could be rested for the Champions League, because that's what City really want to win, the Champions League. But yeah, captain on Fernandes, that was it was okay. He got a 9-pointer. What did you think about that 1-1 West Brom Man United? Were you pleased with that result? What was kind of your opinion there?
Me or
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I was pretty happy with that. I have Fernandes. So
Yeah, it's not bad.
that's pretty much all I wanted. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, obviously, I didn't watch the game, but
Yeah. So Luke Shaw came up with the assist. Is he one that's kind of taking your fancy at all?
yeah. I mean, I'm not like I can't. I've sort of got a lot all planned out, but
Mm.
I don't really know how I'm making my team the next. So I'm not fully decided if I'm going to wildcard yet or not. For,
Yeah. You're
next week. My
you're
original
tinkering.
plan was to keep my just like sort of go all in for these 5 weeks now,
Yeah, yeah.
but then keep the wild card for like after game week 29.
Okay.
Sort of just to like wild card myself into the team I want for the rest of the season. Then
So I've put your team
because
up
obviously
on the screen.
yeah.
So what would kind of you're thinking about a possible bench boost in game week 26, and you've obviously got Walton, Brewster, and Ferguson there who need transferring out.
Yeah,
So
so take some minuses.
what would you be looking at bringing in for those players? Because they're all quite cheap. So have you got a bit of money in the bank or?
I've got I'm looking in the bank. I think I've got about $500,000 in the bank. So
Sure, Salah.
I think how much is Martinez these days?
Martinez is 5.2. I think he's due to go 5.3, around about there.
So I'll have to have a look at the finance a bit, I think. But yeah, basically my ideal world, I'd sort of bench boost in these 5 games.
Yeah.
Then obviously I'd get Villa and Spurs players as I'm going over the 5 games for game week 29.
Yeah, yeah.
And then wildcard out of it basically, because obviously the thing is, if you got like, I've got loads of players from game week 29. Is it Wolves I think playing there and stuff?
Game week 29, we've got West Ham, we've got Arsenal, we've got Newcastle, we've got Brighton. Apparently, we're meant to have Spurs as well. I've got a graphic actually. Let me bring that forward. All credit to Ben Crellin, the main man on Twitter. He's the guy for basically predicted kind of fixtures and double game weeks and all of that. So he's got the fixtures here as Fulham, Leeds, West Ham, Arsenal, Brighton, Newcastle. That's kind of confirmed. And then Aston Villa versus Tottenham is the expected. It kind of seems like it would be silly not to put them in. So you can effectively go on.
I just don't. The thing is, obviously, if I make a team based on it, I want to get like say 8 or 9 players.
Or try
I don't want that then to be the base of my team to start the season. But I reckon I'll be playing catch up in terms of transfers.
Yeah, so I think my plan I'll actually bring up because I'm personally thinking of wildcarding. So
this week.
Yeah, this week. So basically, in there,
I'm thinking of it as well, just because.
In there, I've got triple leads, right? So that would kind of. So I've got triple leads and double Southampton to target this coming double game week, which I think both sides could do very well in. Then I would actually transfer out Bamford for game week 26 and then transfer him back in for game week 29. So I've also got 2 Arsenal players in there as well. So that would give me a basis of 5 players, like sort of guaranteed for the blank game week 29. And then also with the potential of Aston Villa and Tottenham playing, I'd have Grealish, Kane, Son and Watkins. So I'd then have 9 players. And then also kind of you look from game week 30 onwards, Leeds, Villa, those kind of teams don't have great fixtures, but Arsenal, Leicester, their fixtures do look quite good. Southampton's are okay. So it's kind of, getting everything sort of together. And I'd actually be bench boosting game week 27, not game week 26. But we've got a comment in here from David Middlemass. I'll bring the team back up quickly. He says, do you think you're going to hit the 150 points this week?
Me or you?
Yeah, I mean, you're a lot closer than I am, fella.
No chance now.
No chance.
I think if Gundo wasn't injured, I think if me was playing, I was still in with a shot. But I'd be happy if I hit 130. I'd be buzzing. If I got 2 clean sheets, both Stones and Shadow played.
I'll put it out there. If I hit 111, I'll be buzzing.
Yeah, so, I mean, I don't know. So Fulham, I mean, you'd hope they'd obviously keep a clean sheet, but then
but without me,
it's
an interesting one because they do kind of collapse.
He's captain, isn't he?
Yeah, it means they're club captain. I'm pretty sure. So
and then also you never know with like Cancelo or Diaz, so it's a bit But if I get 130, I'll be chuffed. But
yeah,
that's chance of 150.
That's fair. No chance of one.
Sonic Avalanche. Unless Stones gets like a brace again or something. But
Dave says he believes. Sonic Avalanche coming in saying he feels like he's cheaping out going Barnes over Vardy. Barnes has been picking up a fair amount of points. Vardy is definitely the better pick out of the two, but price-wise, for me personally, I just feel like I can, Barnes x Ings, because that's kind of the way around it would be better than, I don't know, a Vardy and whoever else you'd be able to afford for probably, I don't know, 4 or 5 million in the midfield. And personally, because of my plan to bench boost 27, I'll actually bring up, because I've got another graphic here of the fixtures. It's quite a complicated looking graphic, but basically, this is credit of Ben Crellin again. The brown fixtures, the dark brown ones, are all but confirmed fixtures, so it'll be kind of, we can very much expect those to go ahead in game week 26. The orange fixtures, so say the for Wolves, the Newcastle City, or for Man City or Southampton, those fixtures are kind of 80%. So quite likely to happen. The blue ones are kind of very unlikely to happen, sort of 25% below. And then the kind of light, let me tell, like, I don't know, pinkish or kind of skin colory are the ones that kind of, 50-50 may or may not happen. So for game week 27, I mean, I'm not going to go through and list out every single one of these players' fixtures, but if you have a look, all of these players in this wildcard have a very, very nice game week 27, apart from Diaz and Fernandes, who play against each other, so I wouldn't really know who to bench anyway in that fixture. So what I'm going to do, Sal, I'm going to bring up the fixtures for this coming game week. Actually, we've got a couple more comments in. Let's bring those up. So where to start? I'm considering going Ings for the double. Yeah, same, man. Like I think Ings is going to do unbelievably well in the coming game weeks against Leeds as well. I can see him scoring against Chelsea. He got 2 assists. Obviously, it was against a Frank Lampard side. What do you think about Ings, Sal? Are you debating?
Yeah, so see, I think Southampton got the most games, haven't they? Over the next.
They've got the potential of having 3 double game weeks, but it's just a potential at the minute.
Yeah, I like Ings. I mean, I wouldn't be so happy with Southampton defenders, but I think Southampton attackers, is Walker Peters injured?
Yeah, he went off in the last game, so I think Vestergaard for me would be the one to go for anyway. I think his attacking potential from set pieces. Before he got injured, he was scoring like 6 or 7 points every single game, either clean sheets or scoring goals. So I think if you're going to get a Southampton defender, Vestergaard's definitely the one to go for.
Yeah, I think I'll probably stay away from Southampton defence myself. But
that's completely fair enough.
Ings is good. I think it's one of them, and obviously the amount of potential games you kind of like, you have to, just on the off chance. But I just feel like the way they're playing defensively, especially with Peters out, probably not.
Yeah, it's completely fair. Like with Walker Peters out, they could defensively be a lot worse, as we've seen in the previous game weeks. MC Moyes coming to triple captaining Bamford. You know what? I'm thinking myself of captaining Bamford for this coming game weeks. I think it's a very good option. I think a triple captain on Bamford's absolutely fine. Are you thinking of captaining Bamford this week, Sam, or are you just gonna go play it safe on a Bruno?
Honestly, I've not even thought about the captaincy.
A little too early to decide, is it?
Because we've got one of the games we got. Yeah, to be fair, like the Southampton Wolves, the Southampton game's quite tempting, isn't it? I mean, double game week.
I think the Leeds one out of the two would definitely like a double. A lot of people were going for Bamford, but Captain Danny Ings potential, because I could easily see him scoring.
Bamford, to be fair, I mean, Fernandes against Newcastle though. Yeah. To be fair, Son against West Ham, but I mean,
it's not bad.
They came back, but
what I will say,
probably thinking Fernandes at the moment.
What I would say is those people looking to wildcard like myself, we do still have the all the European fixtures to go through this week. So Liverpool will play tonight against Leipzig, and then you've got United playing, Spurs playing. So a lot of assets that people could potentially wanting to bring in this week are going to be playing sort of midweek, and we saw what happened with the FA Cup fixtures last week. A lot of players got injured. It was an absolute mayhem last week. So I'd definitely hold off on your transfers and hold off on your wildcard plans just yet until all those games are finished. I said avoid Vardy, go for Barnes and Maddison instead. I think Barnes and Maddison are good. Vardy's definitely not a bad option, but I think if you can afford that premium striker, then Kane would definitely be the one for me. We should, hopefully we find out the game week 26 fixtures soon enough. Whether it's this week or next week, I don't think for me personally it doesn't matter too much. But my plans are based around the single game week, so it doesn't matter to me too much what the double game weeks fall as. What's the best card? Double game week. So what's the best chip, Dave, to use and the best in the double game week? There we go. What's the best chip to use in the double game week? So are you thinking of using any chips in the double game week? I think, Dave, potentially a free hit if you've got one. I think I'd almost rather use a free hit in the double game week than the blank game week to attack it more, just because you can get more unless you've planned really far ahead for the double game week 26 and you have the team that you want. A free hit could mean you can really attack it, and if you've got 11 single game week players and then you could bring in 11 double game week players, I know that's quite unlikely, but it could mean that you end up with more players or more games per se than you would if you free hit in game week 29. What do you think, Sam? Any chips being used for game week 26 for you? Bench boost potentially?
I don't know. Like I say, I got bench boost in the works, but I might bench boost 27 like you, to be honest. I don't know yet, but yeah, I think definitely don't attack game week 29. I think it's one to just sort of not write off, but I know nobody's going to score particularly highly in it. I don't think.
Yeah.
I think you got a far better chance of getting returns if you free hit the double game week, to be honest.
Yeah, that's completely fair. Yeah, it's three fixtures in the blank game week that you wouldn't expect them to be too high scoring, and I think the Leeds game is the only one where you'd expect to be, maybe Leeds can do something. Those are the assets you'd really want to own, and I think most people will own those assets anyway, especially with this double game week here. But I think
also you might then end up sort of getting in players you don't really want for after game week 29's gone.
But yeah, that's the thing that's hard. The thing that's a pain at the minute is because you want to have 2 or 3 Leeds assets for this coming game week 25, but then if you want a bench boost, you can't wildcard out of that because you can't use 2 chips in the same week. So you can't wildcard into a bench boost 26 because the game just wouldn't allow you to. So then you would have the bench boost with 2 or 3 Leeds assets playing against Villa, and I think a lot of people will have Martinez or other Villa assets. So the conflict there doesn't really make sense. So I think that's kind of the struggle that a lot of people are having with trying to target this game week and game week 26, and also leaving themselves a little bit behind or playing a little bit ahead for the game week 29. A lot of love going on in the chat. It's good to see everyone getting on. Dylan comes in with, I'm wildcarding this week. My expensive players are Sterling, Bruno, Son and Kane. No Salah too risky. I mean, no Salah is exactly what I'm personally thinking of doing. I think unless you're thinking of captaining Salah in the coming weeks, I don't think he's worth the money. At 12.6 million, without using the captaincy on him, I just don't see it being worth it. With the Champions League coming up and Jota coming back into fitness, I can definitely see a bit of rotation going on there. As kind of, I reckon that most of the managers know now that the league title's gone. Klopp still definitely has a bit of work to do to ensure that Liverpool gets Champions League next year, because that's definitely kind of looking up for grabs for a lot of teams at the minute. But I can see a bit of rotation going on there with maybe Salah getting benched in one of the Champions League games. I'll just quickly go on to my wildcard team for you, Dylan. That's what I'm looking like at the minute. I think you saw the team selection video, so I sort of went through in a bit more detail the explanation there. But it would basically be a game week 27 bench boost, because all of these players have good single game weeks in that week. So that's really what I'll be looking to do. This is how my team lines up at the minute. A -4, pretty much. I've taken a -4. I've brought in Rafinha and Dallas for Rashford and Cancelo, sort of in preparation to wildcard, but also with kind of the thought that if I don't end up wildcarding, I'm absolutely fine with that -4. I'll move us back to the fixtures. Is there a particular game? I mean, I'm definitely looking towards this Leeds Southampton game because I may own 5 assets in it. But is there a particular game you're looking towards this weekend, Sam, or are you just sort of
Yeah, I mean, obviously looking forward to Liverpool Everton match.
Yeah, the Merseyside derby.
Merseyside derby. I think DCL might not play as well, from what I've been reading. So
you reckon he'll be out for that one as well? Jeez.
Well, I don't know. And they're saying he needs a bit more time to rest. I mean, I don't know. Obviously, go the way.
I mean, if you're gonna rest him for a game, that'd probably be the one to rest him for. To be fair.
Yeah. Apart from that, it's a busy one, isn't it? To be fair, first one. Wolves lead to be a game. To be fair.
Yeah, I mean, Wolves.
8:00 kick off on a Friday as well.
Contrary to what people have been saying of late, Wolves have actually been picking up a little bit of form. They've not been the best of late, but they've definitely not been the worst. We've kind of got 27 of you in here, so if you don't mind hitting that like button, we're kind of on 6 likes. If we can push that up to 10, I really, really appreciate it. And obviously hit that subscribe button if you're new around here. We are so close to hitting 600 subscribers, so I genuinely really appreciate it. If you don't mind smashing that subscribe button. Smash it as well, because we got Sam debuting on the stream today. FPL Sal on the stream.
Yeah, come on, get me 10 likes.
Come on.
10 likes, thanks,
FPL campaign coming in with the subscribe and like. Ready to scroll through there. Do you think I need a 4.5 goalkeeper in Wildcard to go with Martinez? I'm not bench boosting. I'm swapping Martinez to Pope in 31. Oh, that's a big plan. So if you're not bench boosting, then I think Martinez is absolutely fine to hold until game week 31. There's not really a reason to take him out, because he has fixtures all the way, good fixtures in that, apart from the Spurs game that might be rescheduled to game week 29, up until game week 31. Give my secret away with Leno and Martinez. Leno and Martinez, if you look at it, they actually rotate extremely well up until basically the final game week. So like week by week, one of them will have a much more kind of favourable fixture than the other. So that's kind of my plan there in terms of bringing Leno and Martinez in up until the end of the year. Give that little secret away. Jackpot coming in, is Gundogan out of this game week? It looks likely that he won't play tomorrow. Could be on the bench, but that groin injury, and I think the Champions League and Arsenal coming up, he could definitely see a rest. Let's move through. Bring our team back up, Sal. So you currently only have one Leeds player, and I know you're thinking of the bench boost in game week 26, right? But are you a little bit scared maybe of Leeds players for this week if you're not going to bring one in, or maybe you are? Would you be scared of not owning the likes of Rafinha, Dallas for this coming game in 25?
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking of just going drastic and getting rid of Salah, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, it's what I'm doing.
Yeah, I just, obviously, it's sort of the minus points I'm willing to take. So, obviously, got three transfers. Oh, to be fair, does Brewster even start anymore? Does he play? Brewster
will get you like 1 point a week, maybe 2 points if you're lucky, mate. 2 points if you're lucky. But he's not really. I don't actually know if he played in the last week, because it's a weird one. Sheffield United have been playing better, but they're still just not getting the results that they need.
Because the thing is, so I think what I'd have to do to bench boost is I'd probably go Salah Rafinha.
Yeah, Salah Rafinha. Free up a lot of money.
Bench.
Yeah.
But then obviously I'd be taking minus 12 then, which is a bit
yeah. So what would you be looking? So who would Walton go to? Martinez? Is that what you're thinking?
Martinez, yeah, or Martinez.
And then Brewster would go to like a Madja or a Diagne or someone around that kind of price tag.
Yeah, Diagne at look of.
Ollie Watkins, if you can afford him, absolute baller.
Yeah, Watkins.
And then Ferguson's probably the easiest one to upgrade, isn't it? Because you only need kind of 0.2 or 3. Rudiger, yeah, Rudiger could definitely.
Rudiger, to be honest.
Yeah, definitely do a job.
But again, I don't. So this is the thing. If I bench boost at some other point in the next 5 weeks, then also I can get there with just taking a -8.
Yeah.
Whereas if I go for the bench boost, obviously next week, week 26. Or to be fair, no, I could take a minus. Oh no, so, is that right? Yeah, so I'd be taking -12 in that case. which
I
just don't know if I get it back. To be honest,
that's the thing with me. I was looking at kind of planning to try and get a good team together for the double game week and then potentially bench boost, but I was kind of thinking, well, I can get if you look at game week 31 onwards, right? The players who turn in fixtures or who have a turn in fixtures are Leicester, Arsenal, and Wolves are the main ones you would want to target.
Yeah,
you can get Leicester players have really good fixtures now, so there's absolutely no reason to not get them in. With the plan I've got and the fact that they've got a blank game week 29, Arsenal players right now aren't actually the worst. If you're just like me, I'd plan on playing them in game week 27, 29, and then just having them on the bench for when the fixtures turn. Then the only other players you'd want are probably 2 Wolves assets. So I was thinking, well, there's not really much point of me holding my wildcard if my wildcard at that point in time would only be for 2 transfers, maybe 3. If you wanted to get a Aubameyang in at that time, but that's for another day. That's me over planning, because I could literally write you a plan out. I could write you a plan out now until literally the last day of the season. But obviously, with how things turn, it would never stay the same. Didn't come in with. I have 0 players playing on Saturday. Massive red arrow Saturday night. Yeah, it's one of them. Don't check your live rank. It's always falling. But what were you saying?
I could do it on -8 actually, couldn't I? If I go bench boost into 26, so it's 24 now.
Yeah. So you one transfer this week, -4 this week.
I do 1 free transfer that week, and I have another, so I'd have to take 2 hits.
I'd potentially look at bringing in like a Vestergaard then to target this double game week, and he potentially has another double game week and like really good fixtures after that as well.
Honestly, I think I'll probably, because I want to hold my wild card, so I'll probably do it. I'll probably take -8.
But then what would be your plan for game week 29? Because it seems like, without the Leeds players, without the coverage of the Leeds players, not many Villa players and not many Spurs players, you're kind of, potentially leaving yourself a little bit short. I guess you get the 3 free transfers before game week 29.
Yeah, that was my plan. My plan would be bring in 3. So then if I brought in 3, I'd have 7 players in game week 29.
I mean, it's not the end of the world as long as you hit your captain that week. Yeah. It's not a lot of people will be in a similar situation. You just got to bite the bullet, I guess. There.
Could even do like obviously a -4 if I wanted like 8 players or something. But I thought it'd be worth it.
Yeah.
But
100%.
Yeah, I don't know. In my eyes, like 29 is a bit of a sort of dead game week. To be honest, I'd just be happy with not dropping massively. So if I can score anything.
Yeah, I completely agree.
I'm not looking to really make gains in it.
Yeah, for sure, man. FPL Penguin saying that Gundogan could miss the Everton game as Pep would want him 100% ready for Arsenal and UCL. I completely agree with that. I think that Pep, especially with De Bruyne, as you said, Penguin, that De Bruyne might be back now and could potentially play in this Everton game tomorrow. If that's a possibility for Man City, then I can definitely see Gundogan getting a rest, and big up Gundogan in the UCL fantasy as well. That is another. Are you still doing the UCL? On a bit of a tangent.
Nah,
I will quick. Right, it was funny. I came. You come.
I'm doing alright, I think, at one point as well.
You come back to it, and it's just like, it says on it like, things you need to deal with, and it will say like, you've got 8 injuries and players out to deal with. But there are 30 people in here right now. So guys, if you don't mind getting a like up to 15 likes, I'd really really appreciate it. And I haven't actually checked. How close are we? If you guys don't mind hitting the subscribe button as well, we're getting really really close to 600 subs, and yeah, genuinely, I'd really really appreciate it and make my day if we could do that. Basically, Dylan says my bench this week got 25 points with 3 players. My bench boost is 19. Got only 12. Yeah, a lot of people were having some strong bench performances of late. Last week especially with Gundogan, I saw on the bench some people like Bamford and so on and so on. So we've had a lot of strong benches over the past few game weeks. Let me know in the chat, guys, your plans for game week 29. Whether you're thinking of wildcarding maybe this week, or maybe planning on hitting a bench boost for game week 26. Let me know as well how many with your plans for. I'm really intrigued because I think Game Week 29 is a game week where a lot of people are going to be racking their heads. So let me know in the chat how many players you're thinking or you think you will be able to put together for Game Week 29. So I'll bring the kind of the spreadsheet up here, the Ben Crellin spreadsheet. So that's assuming that Tottenham versus Villa play each other. How many players do you guys reckon you will get together for Game Week 29? But as people do that, we'll discuss captaincies for this coming game week. So let me find your team, Sam. So currently, I see that the captain's on Gundogan. Is that due to change, or is that a?
That's likely to change. I think Fernandez or Bamford probably. Yeah. Not really thought about it too much, to be honest. I sort of saw the Thursday evening thing day before deadline.
Yeah, 100%, man.
Make
the decision. Yeah. But, I'm definitely looking at my looking at Bamford myself. I'll bring up my team. I don't actually think I've got it. I might have it on Bamford myself at the minute. I do actually have it on Bamford. I think Bamford, I think it's hard not to captain him this week. Although Fernandes does play Newcastle, with the 2 fixtures, if Bamford gets 1 goal, he's effectively guaranteed a double point haul. Rafinha could be an outside chance one. I think I'd stay away from Dallas just because of the potential of Leeds conceding a lot of goals, like we saw against Arsenal, that kind of 4-2 where Dallas actually ended up on a -1. I don't think that's going to happen with him this week, but if Dallas does end up getting minus points, that'd be rather unfortunate. I'll tell you what, Sam. I'm getting rid of Loughton. I'm very sorry to see him go, but I almost feel like I've cashed in on his points, and now I just need to
well.
yeah, 1 game week he's gone.
Crazy,
he's already banged 15 points. I'm a Loughton whore. I'm a Loughton whore. Get him in, get him out, straight up. And also, go on.
What's happening with me? Is it like is it the concussion protocol?
I don't know. Yeah,
he's alright. He just has to sit out a game.
No, I mean the concussion protocol I think is more towards the actual game itself. I'm not sure though because a concussion sub wasn't actually used officially, as it were. I think it was just an injury, but he was rushed to hospital afterwards. But I don't know the kind of severity of the injury, so it's definitely one to kind of wait and see. I think the Scoutcast do their kind of weekly update on all injuries from teams, so just kind of wait until that comes out, I guess, and wait and see what they say. But also, as we said, without Ben Mee, the Burnley defence is a completely different prospect.
Exactly.
Pardon me. We saw at the start of the season they were a lot poorer. They missed Tarkowski and Ben Mee at the start, but even just the one of them. But yeah, guys, do let me know in the comments who you're thinking of captain for this game week. We've got Kobe already coming in with the starting. Maddison or Grealish. It's actually a massive debate I'm having myself with Barnes or Grealish. Who to start? Personally, it's going to depend on which goalkeeper I pick. So if I pick Martinez to play in goal against Leicester, then I'll be picking Grealish because I don't want to have that conflict. But if I pick Leno, but Leno does play against City, so that'd be quite brave of me, then I'd be going Barnes. But it's a tough choice. I can definitely see Maddison doing something. And as much as I've gassed Grealish up, I actually think Maddison could be the better pick. Michael coming in. Hi, mate. Hit the subscribe button. Keep it. Thanks very much, mate. I really do appreciate it. We've hit the 15 likes. I mean, we could potentially push that up to 20. But,
what's most you ever had?
Likes. I don't know, mate. Maybe we've pushed it up to 20. I'm going to say 20.
I'm going to say David stream. The views or more.
Mate, the viewers, we've hit up to 30 people today, so it's been going well. Everyone wants to see FPL Sal, and the wonder, the triple, the triple captain god is what they call him. Paul McCormack coming in saying a 10, hopefully for 21. That'll be a strong game for you if you can fill 10 for the game of 29. Would you do Grealish and me for Dallas and Rafinha and bring in Kane the week after, or bring in Kane and Rafinha this week? The thing is, with transferring out Grealish for this week, is that in the coming game weeks afterwards, he's going to have really good fixtures, and I think you're going to want him back. Obviously, for this game week, Rafinha looks really good and could do very well, but I don't really like the idea of transferring out Grealish personally. But I do really, really like the idea of transferring in Kane, and I think Dallas looks really good as well. Bamford or Rafa captain, I think they'll be the most popular. Yeah, I think Bamford or Rafa good. Maybe Bruno Fernandes will get a fair few on the percentages as well. Billy's fan here, Rafinha is best option. See, one thing I want to point out as well is that I think Harrison is going completely under the radar. He's 0.1 mil more than Rafinha and has been basically bagging returns throughout the whole season. Almost hit 100 points. I think Rafinha just provides a bit more flair. He's been kind of getting returns of late. So I think he will be the more popular pick, but definitely do not sleep on Harrison because he could definitely get you returns. I'll get 8 players to 29 with Wildcard this week, 3 Leeds, 3 Villa, 2 Spurs, and Lewis Dunk. Yeah, I think Dunk is one I'd definitely look at bringing in for that game week as well. Maybe potentially just that game week, but Bamford has himself. Yeah, got to captain Bamford when he's got himself, especially in a double game week. It's the old betting rules. Do you think that? I mean, no, it could be a little bit silly, but any kind of rules come into play about FPL players or about players putting themselves in their FPL teams? Or
yeah, it's interesting pointing out. I was thinking about this the other day, but is there?
I
can win money right from like.
Yeah, you can win money from leagues, but I don't think there would be necessarily a problem with them putting themselves in their own team, because you're always.
It's more like insider knowledge, though, isn't it?
Yeah. It's whether you're going to play. You can the Bielsa rotation. I don't think picking yourself is bad because you're only trying to do well. It's if it kind of comes into play of. If you start picking players from opposition teams that you're playing against, that's when the controversy would start. Like I saw Van Aanholt post a team up once, and he benched when Palace played Man United. He had 3 Man United players, put them all on the bench, and we ended up winning. So he was tweeting like, "Oh, they said I was a madman," but he ended up smashing it that week
like
because
imagine you like had a mate in the team, whatever, who you just didn't back. And you like bench him and he's like, "Oh, what's your team this week? Like, you got me."
You got me.
I mean, it caused mayhem, surely, within the squad.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's the thing. Bamford coming out and saying that he's not actually got Rafinha in his squad as well. Yeah, for that value, come on, man. He's literally supplying you. Jonathan Jump asking, what is the strip strategy? My strip strategy at the minute is wildcard this week. Get an 11 out for game week 26, a double, bench boost 27, and then that's me chips done now. Unfortunately, continued my bad streak of triple captains. I'm someone who triple captained Duffy, when 3 years ago, when everyone was looking at him, and I thought, differential punt, go for him. He bottled it. Last year, I triple captain Mane, and he got injured for the 1-pointer. And this year, I went and triple captain Salah for the 4. So it was an increase by 3 points this year, but still not the greatest. And you've got Sal coming in with his debut FPL season with a 19-pointer. Must feel good.
Yeah, I wanted some excitement, as well.
Yeah.
I was just thinking, I've been having some stinkers the weeks before.
Yeah, you were slipping down a little bit after your incredible start. But this triple captain is definitely.
Something's got to happen here, because otherwise I'm just lost there. That's basically it.
The triple captain is definitely come and sorted you out.
Could have been even more beautiful if you didn't get injured as well.
Yeah, I mean that is saving grace for a few of us. That not that I particularly wish the guy injury, but a benching, a resting, as I'd say, wouldn't go amiss from a non-Gundogan owner. But then
it's kind of like. It kind of got me excited because obviously you were saying oh, it's just his hamstring, and like oh, he just walked off a little bit of a niggle in his hamstring.
I guess I'm in the position where, because I owned Loughton, the kind of hasn't put a dent too much. Like my overall rank has literally decreased by like 3,000 places, and at my rank of like 490k, that's like 1 or 2 points basically. So it's kind of that big of a deal. So as long as he gets rested, then I think it'll be chilling. This week is Rafinha need a differential. Fair play. I mean that there's obviously merit in going for differentials, but I think the majority of the time it's still good to go for the most picked player. We've seen over the past few weeks, so like Fernandes and even Salah have been returning when they're the kind of most picked. Same with Gundogan. So there are definitely like weeks to go differential and weeks to definitely not. But I do think that Rafinha could do very well, very, very well. I want to take out Grealish so I can bring in Watkins, as I've got Martinez and Target too, as I feel Watkins is a bigger threat of late. I don't know whether... I think for me that's a bit too sideways, going Grealish to Watkins. You need 2 transfers to get there. When, Grealish, he's been really, really good all season. With the fixtures coming up, he could absolutely smash it. Villa have had some hard fixtures of late, so I think their expected stats have gone down. But I think over the coming game weeks, Grealish and Watkins are great options, but I wouldn't be making kind of a 2-move sideways transfers for that when Grealish could easily outscore Watkins. Sabotaging your team for FPL. Yeah, I mean, you never know. We're currently on 18 likes, guys, so if we push that up to 20, I'll be absolutely chuffed with this stream. And yeah, don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well. We're literally, I think, now 9 off of 600. So that would absolutely make my day. I captain Gundogan, also have Ben Mee, both are injured. I'm on 92 points with Pope and Diaz left. Can I reach it? Oh yeah, you'll reach 100. I mean, you basically reach 100 points by them playing pretty much. And I mean, Diaz and if City get a clean sheet, then you've made it. So yeah, I reckon 100 points is very, very viable in that team. I'd be quite surprised if we didn't. Still gonna sell Salah. Yeah, I'm looking at selling Salah. Because I'm not going to captain him, he's not worth it to me. Even if he goes and gets like a brace against Everton, no, I don't think anyone's captain him. So it's 15 points, but from a 12 more player, you kind of have to be expecting at least, I'd say 9 or 10 points plus like a week almost. I mean, maybe that's a little bit too much, but it's just way too expensive when I'm not going to captain him. I'm TCing at 26. I want to go with Gundogan for Sterling, but it's a week after UCL, so worried about. Yeah, I wouldn't. Personally, I'm looking at going with a captain on Kane. I would triple captain if I had the chip, but I wouldn't go for a City player because the rotation's going to be mental. It's going to be mental. Are you looking at... you've currently got a triple City. Are you looking at maybe... I'll bring up your team on this score. I'll leave up the score because it's a hell of a score, 111 points. Are you looking at maybe like taking out a City player, or are you going to stick with the City boys?
I think I'm sticking with them, to be honest. I don't know. I mean, I think Gundogan, just value wise, even with the rotation. I mean, just off the amount of value he brings, I'd probably keep him. I don't really have any plans to get rid of him. But
100%.
And I'd probably keep Stones over Cancelo, to be honest, just because of rotation. So I think if anybody, I'd probably maybe Rogan, but I'd probably get rid of Cancelo, free up money. But
yeah, I mean, I've already personally sold Cancelo for this game week. So yeah. For Dallas, I just think with the rotation, the kind of potential rotation that we've got there, I just don't. Yeah, it's not for me. It's not for me. I mean, he's got the upside, so I definitely think for those people who still have him, there's 100% the upside. I see him playing one of Everton and Arsenal. I don't see him playing both because I think he'll definitely be playing in the Champions League game next week. So either he'll get benched as a rest for this week, or he'll get benched as a rest against Arsenal. Arsenal maybe the more likely, I don't know. But this guy comes in with my mid H97 game and comes in. My field at the moment is Sterling, Gundo, Bruno, Son, Grealish. Would you take Sterling out for Rafinha, if not Grealish? Yeah, I'd probably going Sterling out of the two. Frees up a lot more money. Means you can get, I don't know, someone like Kane or a better option up front. I don't know. I have this affiliation now with Grealish that I'm basically going to keep him till the very late on. He owes me a lot of points basically because of blank game week. So Grealish is definitely staying for me. I want to sell Salah to fund Kane and Vardy. Everyone calls me crazy. No, not at all, man. If you can sell Salah and get Kane and Vardy, even Vardy or Kane can outscore Salah. Vardy and Kane, my word.
Wait, does that add up? Salah freeing up money, but you already got money in.
I'm assuming it will be kind of taking like taking like 2 6 mil attackers up to Kane and Vardy, and then putting Salah down to like a 4 mil.
That's the thing with Salah. I think he still is isn't he still one of the highest scoring?
Yeah. He's like 155 points at the minute. But for me personally, it's like I'm not going to captain him.
Yeah.
So when I can get, say, this week, I can get Rafinha. Rafinha looks likely that he'll outscore Salah. And then I also mean I can hold on to Rafinha for the blank game week. Then I get a double game with Barnes, where Barnes has the potential to do just as well as Salah in the double game week. Maybe Salah pips him to it, but I've saved 5 mil value, where Barnes x Kane is going to do a lot better for me than Salah x Brewster. I don't know if that quite adds up.
Don't be talking about Brewster like that.
I mean, yeah, well,
man, he's going to come through the big hole next week.
Hell of a baller, better, yeah. When we're done with, I don't know when the doubles are going to be announced. Hopefully it's soon. They did it a few weeks before. Hopefully it's in the next few days, but it's going to be confirmed in the next week or so, because they'll have to do it before Game Week 26 basically. So yeah. Thoughts on Ricardo Pereira? Yeah, it could be good. Bit of an injury worry. 5.9 million, a little bit too expensive. I don't know. I'm going for Soyuncu myself. He's 0.6 mil cheaper, just because I can't afford to go for Pereira. If I could, I'd go for Pereira over Soyuncu. So if we're talking about kind of unlimited money, I definitely think Pereira over the coming game weeks could genuinely be a really good option. Yeah. Salah to Rafinha, Laka Antonio to Kane Vardy, which means I have a cheap out for a bench boost goalkeeper, maybe Guaita, even Ariola or Sanchez. Yeah. Apologies. I'm probably looking at Sanchez, to be honest. Unless you have a goalkeeper for Game Week 29, I think that Sanchez is he's playing against West Brom. Brighton have looked so good defensively that that's almost a guaranteed clean sheet. Whereas Guaita and Ariola are very in their doubles will play Man United and Spurs kind of respectively. So that's almost kind of one clean sheet potential gone, and they could easily, that if that game's 1-1, you're kind of screwed. So I think Sanchez is good for me. Who's ready for the Sterling hat trick tomorrow? Yeah, that's coming in from Ole's at the wheel. And if you don't recognise that, that's Mr. Elliot Taylor. I tell you what, El. I hope that Sterling gets. The thing is, if he gets rested, he'll still just come off the bench and score, won't he? That's the thing. I think Sterling's going to start tomorrow. Yeah, I think Sterling. I think you're going to be chuffed tomorrow night out, and I'm not going to be happy about it. Basically, I'm not going to be happy about it. But I think Sterling will do well tomorrow, or at least he'll get an assist. Clean sheet point. That's what I'll allow you. He's allowed a clean sheet point. I'll tell you what. He's allowed a clean sheet point and a bonus. Because he's going to play so well and not score and not assist that he's going to get a bonus point and a clean sheet, and that's that. I'm ready for the Sterling bench tomorrow. Everyone commenting, guys. We're on 18 likes. We pushed that to 20. I really appreciate it. 22 people still in here. Tell you what, we're almost coming up to the hour mark. We've gone for 52 minutes. We've gone for quite a while, mate. But I've enjoyed myself. As I'm gonna take it on a little bit of a tangent now, because we've been discussing FPL quite heavily, and it is Pancake Day today. So what will you be having on your pancakes today? So, and let me know down there.
Stop.
Go on.
Oh, sorry, go on.
I was gonna say, let me know in the comments what if you guys are having pancakes, or what will you be having on them. So go on, Sal.
I was gonna say, what are you having on yours? Because I stopped at the shop on the way home just to
stock you up. I think we may actually be going a bit rogue. We're having kind of like a mains and dessert. We have some savoury pancakes to start with. Maybe a bit of bacon, bit of ham, bit of cheese. Get a bit of sauce on there, and then mix it up, spice it up. Bit of dessert, lemon. You gotta have the classic lemon and sugar. You got to, it's a must. You can't have pancake day without having a lemon and sugar pancake. Maybe a bit of Nutella, ice cream if you're feeling a little bit naughty, a little bit cheeky. What about you? I heard you bought some cheeky ingredients.
Yeah, so just I want to make some of the American ones, the thicker ones.
Oh, you're gonna make some thick ones? So, oof, some bad boys.
Yeah, I have a round of those with bacon, maple syrup, and then
that sounds
I got some Biscoff spread as well, which looks
Biscoff very underrated. Biscoff spread, guys, try it. Oh my, it's very, very tasty. I'll quickly go back to this guy, Rafinha, Vestergaard, and Bamford for Gameweek 25. Worth it. I'm thinking of both all of those. Myself, I think Vestergaard looks pretty good. I said forgot it was pancake. I did as well. I got a message from Deliveroo this morning, saying, "Oh, don't forget, it's pancake day. You can order." And I was like, "Oh, well, man, may as well just make some myself." I said, "I chicken
sweet chili sauce. That's not in the pancake."
I was gonna say that is an interesting pancake if you're going with it, but yeah, we love to spice things up here on the Jabti channel, on the Jabata. How would you, if you saw that JABT, how would you pronounce it? Would you go with the old JABT? Would you go with the jab? Would you go with the old French Jabata?
Me?
Yeah. If you first saw that, obviously now you're.
It's hard for me to say it.
Yeah.
It's just jab tea for me, jab tea. But
yeah. It's just jabber now. It's just.
I'd probably say JABT, to be honest. If I'd not seen it before.
It's a tricky one, isn't it? It's a tricky one to figure out how to say. I might need to go on Tinder for pancake day, mate. Jeez, he's coming out with the fire. No, I think we're cooking up some pancakes. So yeah, I'm gonna go off and enjoy my pancakes. I hope everyone else does too. I'll be streaming on Thursday, probably doing a little cheeky activation of the Wildcard on Thursday. But yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this little review for Gameweek 24. Obviously, we still got a couple of fixtures left to go and a bit of planning for the coming game weeks as well. Thank you very much to the main man Sam for joining me. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you have enjoyed it.
Happy pancake day all.
Happy pancake day all. And yeah, we'll see you soon. Have a good one and enjoy the games tomorrow. And happy pancake day in a bit. Oh, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Cheers. This me.